going to start. Okay, Roy, this is Roy Eykamp. Roy is 100 years old, and he had considerable success shooting wolves from an airplane in Canada. So, who did you hunt with, Roy?
Harley Roush.
He's a famous pilot, right?
Yeah, he's a famous pilot.
And you hunted with him when? When did you go up to Canada to shoot the
Right after the war. I forget the days.
World War II.
Yeah.
And you went up there, and you shot a lot of wolves. It made a worldwide or a nationwide syndicated column, right?
Well, yes. One time we got 51 wolves in 2 weeks. And when we were getting the bounty money, the government brought along a reporter, as they usually did. And when the reporter found out we had got that many wolves, he saw a pile of them. It was amazing, you know, to see 51 wolves in a pile. I filled a whole great big building with wolves. And he says, I'm going to syndicate that. That's phenomenal to get 51 wolves in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So, you described a technique that you had.
No, I didn't. Well, I figured it out myself because nobody told me. I said, you never, ever move your gun in a moving airplane or even from a moving vehicle of any kind sideways, the same way you're traveling. You only go up and down to line it up with whatever it is you're going to shoot. You watch your target. Don't never look at the gun. Just, you got to know how to hold that gun. And when you get just the right distance from it, you pull the trigger. This takes quite a little experience. You have to shoot at quite a few fence posts and a lot of boxes of shells, cans on 10 fence posts to learn how.
So you practiced from a moving car?
Yeah, I practice out of a car, yeah. On a road and by putting pails on posts.
Right.
See, it's almost the same thing, except that was stationary.
Yeah. Now, you also shot foxes from your own plane before you went up to Canada.
Oh, yeah, yeah. A lot of foxes. But Harley Roush got most of them. He got all the coyotes and most of the foxes. There was the ones that were left were very clever foxes that knew what to do. They'd run under the airplane. Now, if the target runs under the airplane, you don't get him.
Now, you learned to shoot foxes from your own airplane by yourself, right?
Well, so did Harley Roush.
How did you do it?
I learned it by myself. You have to.
But how did you do it?
Put the stick between my knees, turn the trim tab so if anything went wrong, I just release my knees and the airplane would climb.
Okay.
You got to turn the trim tab so it'll climb. As soon as you release the stick, it's got to start climbing because your hands are busy.
And you...
Well, I'm not prepared or able to do this very good right now. I'm too old to do it. Too late to interview me.
I think you're doing a good job. But you shot a lot of foxes in South Dakota, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Not as many as Harley Roush. He shot probably 10 times more than I did, because he was the first one to do it.
And what type of shotgun did you use?
When I was hunting wolves, I used Harley Roush's Winchester Model 12.
Yeah, 12 gauge.
Yeah.
And used number 4 buck?
Number 4 buckshot. Now that's different than number 4 shot.
Yes, I understand that. And when you were hunting foxes, what kind of shot did you use?
Just any kind of shot. Didn't make any difference. An easy kill.
Okay.
Just number 6s or 4s are the best.
Yeah. Okay. So is there any advice you'd love to give future hunters if they're going to shoot from aircraft?
Don't be nervous, because that'll spoil your aim. Get yourself so you can fly with a pilot that you believe in. And don't be nervous. Watch that target. You'll easily find what one he's going after. You follow that target, and here it is coming towards you, and you got your gun there, and you raise it up or down, always in line with that wolf or fox or whatever it is, just up and down, never sideways. You will never hit anything. You go up and down, and you have to figure out when to pull the trigger. You're going faster than a wolf can run. So if you're catching up to a running wolf, that's one of the easiest shots to make there is when they're running this way and that way, trying to get away from the airplane.
That becomes hard.
It's hard, but you can do it.
Yeah. Now,
it takes practice to be able to gauge the distance.
Exactly.
You gotta shoot at the right time, and I learned that doing pheasant hunting.
Now, you had a close call up there. You almost died one time, didn't you?
Yeah, I went and took a ride with a fellow from Chicago wanted me to shoot for him. He just bought a new airplane. And yeah, that was stupid. I didn't know how good he could fly or nothing. I just decided, well, if he could fly from Chicago up here, he must know a little bit about flying. So I decided, well, I'll go with him. And we shot a couple of wolves, and then we went around to come back, and the dumb fool slowed down until he stalled it out, and we dropped down, and we got killed, but we dropped between two great big trees, and we never got hurt at all.
And what happened to the airplane?
It's still there, all tore to bits. There was nothing held together. It was all wrecked. The only thing that wasn't wrecked was the two seats we were sitting in.
Yeah, so you ended up on the ground, nothing broken.
Nothing broken.
And almost a miraculous fall.
It was impossible to do. Almost impossible to do.
But the tree broke, two big pine trees broke your fall.
They were what they call poplar trees, great big trees about that big around.
Okay.
They used them to make paper, cardboard.
Right. I've done some logging on those trees, so I know what you're talking about. And the branches broke your fall as you went between them, going almost straight down to the ground.
Yeah, all the branches that broke, and it tore the airplane to pieces. Tore like put my hand out behind, there's nothing but air there.
And you got down, and when you're down on the ground, you knew where you were.
Oh yeah, I kept track of where I was, what lake we were on and everything. I memorized the whole area. I could go back up there and start hunting it tomorrow.
And how far were you from help?
Oh, sometimes as much as 100 miles.
But when you crashed, how far were you?
Oh, 25 miles to the other end of the lake where Fort Francis Paper Company.
And who went for help?
The fellow that owned the airplane. Because he didn't get, I had a little bit of a hurt knee and I didn't want to walk. It was just too far to go. And he didn't get hurt at all.
And he walked on the frozen lake?
Yeah.
And then how did they find you?
By the time they got there, well, in the meantime, I was there and I wanted to find my shotgun. I lost the shotgun in the crash. And so I spent most of the day hunting for my shotgun, and darned if I didn't find it. In that 4 feet of snow, I found that shotgun. I don't know how I did it, but I did. I went to every place where a branch went down. Thousands of them. And I just stepped on there, and it felt like it was again. I finally found it anyway. I was so surprised. I didn't think I was going to find it.
The crash.
Well, I ain't got nothing else to do. That's what I'm going to do.
The
So
crash.
after I found it, then I decided, well, now he ain't going to come back for a while. Maybe I might have to spend the night here. And I had noticed a trapper's shack over the other side of the lake. I didn't realize that it didn't have a roof on it, but so I walked over there and made tracks in the snow on the lake.
And the crash occurred in the morning then?
No, this was just, I made the tracks in the afternoon about 4 o'clock.
But the crash occurred in the morning.
Yes.
So you made tracks over to the cabin.
Yeah, but that was late. I didn't go over there until late. I thought, well, I better get someplace to. I don't really want to sleep in a snowbank, so maybe there's something there. And so I went over there, and I was very thoroughly disgusted that I found out there was no roof on it. But I'd made some tracks across, and when they come looking for me, they couldn't find it because when you go straight in like that, you don't make a swath. You can't find it. And anyway, they saw the tracks. And they landed on tracks. And I come running out and got in the airplane and went home.
Well, thank you. That was quite an experience, Roy. Your guardian angel must have been watching over you.
Always. My guardian angel directed me to come to Australia because there was nobody else there to say, stop, you're doing no good here.
Well, thank you, Roy.